we sitting in Cederberg Oasis? It's English. It's a lovely place, eh?
We all had our own tiny house last night.
We're heading towards Franschhoek, towards the vineyards again, back towards Cape Town. But last night you said something about the Tankwa.
Yeah, I know you like the tar road a lot.
Yeah.
So can I challenge you on a bit of gravel today? I've done the Tankwa a few times and I know Footpeg hasn't been in the Tankwa yet.
It hurts, but you're right.
Well, it's a new show, you'll get there, but now's the day, now's the time to get there. There's a nice pass just outside of here, and then we grab a little brunch at the Padstal.
Let's go to the Padstal. It's the Katpakkies pass.
Keep your traction control off and your ABS off.
Really? On gravel off?
Yeah. Just stay in my lane.
Okay, be gentle. It's my first time. Here we go.
Welcome to Footpeg Diaries.
A family show.
We found some petrol, got quite a far bit to go and just want to play it safe, you know. That's the lucky thing about this area, but there's always someone hustling with some extra fuel along the road. 5 liters each.
Don't you just love the smell of fuel in the morning?
But I don't want to smell it for half an hour. Can you get on with it?
That's altyd een doel. They say the first part is always the toughest, especially when you're pouring fuel out of a 5-liter can into a little water bottle. But if you're me, it's easy. I totally forgot about this, so luckily the oom here at the Cederberg Oasis has fuel. And then Bauer said, I want to take it to the Tankwa. Bauer, I know about the Tankwa. Now I'm going to the Tankwa. Now we need extra fuel. And what's Bauer doing? Standing there going, and I have to buy the fuel.
Look where you pause.
Is that a cigarette in your hand?
Safety first.
Safety first. You notice that the fuel is green. It's the more expensive one, the peppermint flavored.
Buchu flavor.
Buchu flavored. Buchu and pepper.
92.2.
Sinking 1, 2. Sinking 1, 2.
Off we go to the Tankwa Padstal.
Okay, so both you and Chris, put some spirit in it. You know, so we can fall early in the morning.
Okay.
The route for the morning starts with 2 minor passes climbing up the valleys on the southeastern side of the Cederberg, before we drop down another couple of scenic passes into the vast open expanse of the Tankwa Karoo.
Yeah, if you go into this ditch on the left, you... Gelukkig maar ditchen. Maar it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
What's over the next hill?
Sure, just more of the same. Yeah. Yo. Wow. Go boss, speed.
The morning's ride was truly spoiling us, over every crest with the most spectacular views.
Hey, Rabelby. These shoes don't necessarily have the best grip on the planet. So, Pierre, while you're sitting up there, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking it's a nice cool breeze up here. And I'm thinking, when is this going to tip? Because I had like 2 slices of white toast this morning. I might just, it's probably hurt me a little more than it's going to hurt you. But it's not that high. I've been in planes before. This is not that high.
Yeah. We're coming to the end of the Cederberg now.
Not the end. We are getting close to the end of the Cederberg. I mean, we're crossing over the Cederberg over that direction pretty soon.
At the top of Capeventure Pass, we found ourselves on a huge plateau. On this last shelf of the Cederberg, we ride without much talk in the helmets. The mountain mesmerizes us again, with its rugged beauty and majestic solitude. One last time. All too soon, we start dropping down the hill, with the vast Tankwa Padstal lying in the valley below us. What a ride! What an experience! And what a pleasure to share it with good friends.
So we're at the Tankwa Padstal. The tannie inside was busy peeling this. I don't know if you know what this is. If you're from Uzbekistan, then you probably don't know. Or from Europe. This is Struksvy in Afrikaans, or in English, prickly pear. Pear is prickly. So if I'm in a mood, I'm a prickly pear. Right? Ice cold. Lots and lots of pips inside. There's an Afrikaans term called verstop. If you eat too much of this prickly pear, gaan jy verstop. So I'm going to stop now before I verstop. Okay, one more. So we're at the Tankwa Padstal Road House. Padstal? No, Road Kiosk. Roadside shop. Here we go.
The last 40 kilometers at the Padstal was amazing. Called Capeventure Pass. That consists of some tar and some gravel, not too hectic, little turns and hairpins, and just the most amazing view. The most challenging thing about this day is not the ride, but it's like enjoying the scenery while you ride. And that's always the thing you have to switch between, but it's beautiful. It's just one of those places where I always tell people that you have to come and experience it. What a beautiful day.
The next 60 k's or so is quite tight on the tires. It looks rather innocent, but the tire killer. You feel like there might be a little bit of movement. You feel like your front is washing a little more than usual. Feel free to stop and check, and we'll just keep an eye on each other.
Even though these motors are so tough,
It's still rubber, it's not steel. So they are very, very tough, but just, you know the feeling, just feel it. But then you can lock and load, and then we're off. Lekker. The last hour's ride was spectacular. Being on the top of that region, coming over and seeing the entire Tankwa, it's quite a view. I mean, you look at it now, you can't believe that you've been right at the top there. It's almost a bit of a spiritual, emotional kind of thing. I mean, me and Fanie had a little bit of moment in our helmets on the way. It's vast. But you're an adventurer, you know. If you ride a bike, you know. It touches you somewhere.
just absolutely amazing.
It is.
And to experience it on a bike where you're part of the open, it's just incredible.
So now we head towards Ceres. Serious. Then we go to all the Lani folk in Franshoek.
Met complimenten van die Padstal.
Serieus? Ja. Prikkie pen, baie dankie. Verstop. Each one of us is going to be verstop. How lovely is that? He hates fruit. Yeah, well, just meat, basically. He's the only real man among us. Check this out. Before we head on to our next stretch for the day, we take a quick photo op at the Flying Saucer crash site. Little did we know that the sharp rocks at the top of the hill also enjoyed our visit. Photo op done, we head down the hill again to join the infamous tire-eating gravel road to the town of Ceres for our next fuel stop. Five minutes down the road, Fanie slows down to find that he has a flat rear tire. Who would have guessed? With no shade in a 20-kilometer radius, we start a searingly hot tire repair in the scorching desert sun.
So Fanie got a sidewall cut. Who else? It's a hell of a sidewall cut. That's about an inch across. So we're starting with these snortworms, and we're using vulcanizing liquid as opposed to rubber cement. Rubber cement just sticks to rubber. Vulcanizing liquid has a chemical reaction. It literally opens the molecules. Rubber molecules do this, and another one does that, and when they touch, they interlock. You put it in, Fanie. Lekker, right? And we'll see if we can fit the hole eventually with some more.
My name is Fanie Papwiel.
Oh, Fanie Papwiel.
No, Fanie Pap.
Now we pump it up and we see if something's happening.
4 dodgy plugs later.
If that hole is too big, worms are coming out if you put it under pressure. So let's see. Then we have to either put a tube in or we have a spare road tire which is going to die quickly, yeah, but we'll try. Let's see if that works.
Fanie?
Let's take that for a spin. It's 1.7 bar. We'll just follow you and keep an eye on it. See what happens.
I've had punctures in almost every province in the country now. I'm so proud of myself.
We decide to take it slow with the 4 plugs in the sidewall, stopping every now and then to inflate again. The plan is to try and get to Ceres, where the road gets a little more forgiving and where we'll be able to replace the torn-up rear with the OEM tire on the backup vehicle. The frequent stops also allows us the opportunity to pay it forward and share some of our gifted prickly pears with the local community. Now for a smooth, forgiving tar surface and just a couple of kilometers to go to our stop in Ceres.
So unfortunately, the 5 million plugs that we put into the sidewall of my tire is not holding, it's leaking a little bit. We're gonna try something else now. Put some of this tire weld in there. Hopefully I can make it to the next stop. Okay, so the puncture must be at the bottom. Oh, sorry.
That's where the problem is. It's gonna spray Fanie. It's a mess.
Okay, I must drive it now to seal it properly. Whatever that other stuff was that we put in here didn't work, unfortunately. And although this is a tubeless tire, we have come prepared and we brought a tube, so we're gonna put a tube inside of my main man from Suzuki, working on the Suzuki. All's good. We'll see how this works out. Stay tuned. After inspecting, this is the cut. Just look at this monster here. Even though if we had to and we didn't have another option, the tube would have worked. But knowing that cut's probably going to tear into the tube again. So we have got a spare road tire. So Frans, los me nou uit, laat ek klaar maak asseblief.
The tar road biased rear tyre goes back on again.
It looks good. New tire on. Let's get it on the back. The Footpeg crew is getting agitated. Yeah, man.
Busy producing. The Footpeg crew is getting agitated. Only with the accommodation for tonight.
Where are you? You should have been here a long time ago.
Received 3 days ago. Fanie and flat tires.
Goes together like
They go together like Siamese twins. Also the same thing with the Western Province rugby team and Fanie. At some stage, you're guaranteed to be disappointed. So done.
Lekker boys. Lekker boys, lekker. How's it going? It's all right, Fanie.
Are you finished?
With all the time lost to our flat tyre woes, we decide to keep to the main roads for the rest of the afternoon, slogging it down the N1 highway, through Worcester, Rawsonville and De Toyskloof, towards the Huguenot Tunnel. And that's the thing with adventure riding. You have to experience the moment and unplanned events as they unfold. Route planning and execution should never be set in stone. Adventure by nature is unpredictable, and you need to be open enough to change, to adapt to any curveball coming your way, even if that eventually means you must take the boring route home. Any experienced adventure rider will tell you, the secret to a great ride lies in riding with people who understand the unpredictability of adventure, who accept a challenge in good spirit, people who value the rewards that are found in constructive problem solving while in uncomfortable, challenging situations. It is one of the biggest parts of self-realization and real adventure.
Here we are at a proper biker's bar at the end of a long, dusty day, eh? Freedom 301 between Paul and Franschhoek. No one has murdered anyone yet. It's not a proper. It's not a real biker's bar, but it's a biker's bar. Hey, was it nice today?
It was fantastic. 2 specific highlights for me was coming up over the brow and then looking over down the pass onto the Tankwa, and then after Fanie's little flat, changing a tire on the side of the road in the middle of a town with the cops sitting across the road watching us. It was just
like practicing rugby while the school principal is watching.
I laughed today a lot, especially the Capeventure pass. It was just spectacular to do that for the first time, especially with you guys.
I was a bit emotional today. I was at the back.
Yeah.
I switched off my bike and I went down the pass, just taking in the view.
And it touched you?
Yeah, I was emotional when I got down to the bottom. What would Footpeg Diaries be without a flat tire?
Fanie's
from
flat.
Fanie?
Flat Fanie. Big gash on the sidewall. That could have happened to anyone. Yeah. Bo, thank you so much for taking us to the Tankwa.
Yeah, you're welcome, guys. You have to go back there. The tank was big. You only touched on a small part.
We're going back. Thanks, gents. What a day. I'll say it's full like a hockey team, like a girls' hockey team high-fiving. Yeah. Right, so tomorrow we're going to get wet. Wet and wild.
Is it raining?
Nope, it's a surprise. See you next episode.
Cheers.
Oh, Bo. Oh. So here at Freedom 301, it's such a neat, pretty bar. we are allowed, we spoke to the manager, the first people allowed to stick a sticker in the bar. Here we go. Look at this. The first people ever allowed to stick a sticker in the bar. Right, there it is. First people, and it's off center so people notice.
Remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on your notifications to stay updated with all our new episodes. Make sure not to miss the last episode in the Capeventure with Suzuki series, when we head back into Cape Town for a race.